In his superhero career, Peter Parker has dealt with clones, robots, alternate dimensions, and everything in between. But this newest issue, well, this might be the craziest yet. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 3 and find out. Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, Peter and MJ, the new happy couple, are on a bowling double date. They do such fun stuff like talk about what the better bowling movie is. Personally, I'm a big Lebowski guy myself. I did say it was a double date, which gets a little complicated because Rand Robertson, Peter's roommate, isn't seeing anyone right now, but Peter decided to invite his ex, Nora Winters, to the party. Yeah, that's right, Nora Winters. Wow, Spencer bringing it back to 2008 and Joe Kelly. I can respect that. For those who need a refresher, Nora was a journalist like Peter, and in fact she might have a new job opportunity for Pete should he want it. The other big difference about her is that unlike every other woman in Peter's life who falls head over heels for him, this lady only busted his balls, and I like it. Now, it's during the game they get a news alert about an attack happening downtown. MJ wonders if Peter will have to leave and go be Spider-Man, but surprisingly he says no, he doesn't have to. For once, he has it handled. And that's because while Peter Parker bowls away, Spider-Man shows up to deal with the threat of the Tri-Sentinel. Again, wow, what a nice little deep cut here. This is like post-Acts of Vengeance. Did you know Loki actually created the Tri-Sentinel? It's true, even Spider-Man is impressed by this deep cut and congratulates a cop for getting the reference. But of course, the question then quickly becomes, how did we get here with both a Spider-Man and a Peter Parker? Well, you'll remember back during the previous issue, Black Ant and Taskmaster tried to steal the genome accelerator. It ended up going off on Peter and essentially splitting him right down the middle into his Spider-Man half and into his Peter Parker half. Neither man really knows what to do in this situation, but Spider-Man opines maybe this is some sort of blessing in disguise. Maybe Peter can finally go and live the normal life he always wanted with the woman who always loved him and not have to worry about the world crumbling all around him because there would still be a Spider-Man out there to fight the good fight. And as far as the rest of the logistics, who will get what in this relationship, they'll hammer that stuff out later. Spider-Man has crime fighting to do after all. I should also probably note that this split has left Peter completely powerless, losing that in the split. Though he does mention that this does feel different than any other time he was depowered or quit being Spider-Man. All those other times he felt the void in his life drawing him back to be Spider-Man again, but now there is a Spider-Man, which means there's no void. All things considered, this kind of seems like the perfect arrangement. Yes, that is of course until Dr. Connor calls Peter to his office with some very important breakthroughs in the genome accelerator. You see, the former Lizard had hoped to use this machine to cure himself of his own rare affliction, and he hadn't even started experimenting on mice yet, but what he has found is quite interesting. For one, the way the accelerator splits powers and mutations, it's completely random, a total crapshoot. Peter lost his powers, but he also lost his scientific know-how. Which was also ultimately a good thing, because if Spider-Man didn't have the scientific stuff, he wouldn't have been able to beat Tri-Sentinel, but there's no telling what exactly Peter kept from the Spider-Man side of himself. Connors also says that this stuff is way too dangerous to try on humans, because again, there's no telling how deep the split could possibly go. Personality traits, morals even. If you cut anyone in half, there's no telling what you might end up with. Is this a Spider-Man that still knows the importance of great power and great responsibility, or is he gonna have to relearn that stuff all over again as the comic ends? So that was Amazing Spider-Man number 3, everybody, and overall I think we can all agree Nick Spencer has proven to be a writer who does not rest on his laurels and doesn't just turn in the same old superhero story over and over again. You know, there's a joke in here somewhere about there being 2 Captain Americas in his Captain America run, but we didn't know that until it was all over, but honestly I think that's a little tacky, because what he's actually done here is introduce one hell of a moral conundrum into the life of Peter Parker, while also at the same time I think also posing a question to the Spider-Man fan base, and that is, hey, what do you like and resonate with more, the Peter Parker's day-to-day life stuff or the Spider-Man being a superhero stuff? It's really clever, and I'm happy to say I don't know where any of this is gonna go, and I'm excited to see where it takes me. Just, you know, so long as one of the halves of Spider-Man don't hail Hydra or anything, I think we're gonna be fine, and I think people are going to enjoy this. Overall, I'd give this one another 8 out of 10. Hey there everyone, it's Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, if you did, why not check out some of these other videos I have on display from the channel. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And if you really like what I did, are feeling in a supportive mood, why not check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. So until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thanks again for watching, and I will be back again with more great comic content that smacks of greatness. Bye-bye.